It's not an AMA. Short recap about the games. This is a play-by-play. No Instagram, these holograms. Boy, these ain't the same. This out Harmon, you know we do things a different way. We got in the room, come join the team, but don't be in the way. Stay tuned, join that Patreon. We do giveaways. Make nutted than ATM, you know they on a different wave. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, pick a day. This out Harmon, you know that we glad you here today. This not an AMA. This not an AMA. This not an AMA. Short recap about the games. This is the play-by-play.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Week
sir.
16 recap.
Listen, man.
Adam.
You either about it or you ain't, and there's no time in between. We got Sunday night and Monday night to save you, possibly. Some big players going on, but Mike,
A lot of prayers.
there is a lot of prayers, and as you see on the thumb, right, dependable as always. You know, the people that come through all year has been like that, right? I mean, you know.
Speaking of depends, I think I'm gonna switch. Tired of getting up.
I like that. You know, that's what shit's all about. We're ahead of the game. You know. Well, Mike,
yeah, buddy.
I'm going to be honest with you. We always start with the Browns. We're not going to change that. And let's go ahead and just get this shit out of the way early. I mean, this is Mike. Why? We don't even have anything good, really. You take that from us.
And they have
So
to
here's
take
your
away
Merry
the one thing we
Christmas.
liked.
Let's get the bad out of the way with Merry Christmas. Here's your Cole. Buddy, that was we've talked about it recently with how Godwin has, basically not returned to what anywhere near his form was, right? Prelude to that game. It sounds like very similar injury, and it was gross. It was awful to watch, and it's, the offense upside just went to shit.
Yeah. He had a hell of a good rookie year, all things considered.
He was playing great early, and then still playing good at the second half, but it's just the offense just capped him.
Yeah, it's never a good thing too when someone gets injured like that, and then the broadcast team says yeah, we're not going to show that to you.
Yeah, we'll make you find that on X, later. That's good. That's good.
We're going to make you guys be video investigators. I think probably the most concerning thing, obviously broken legs. So you go, okay,
right.
Now we're kind of in the Tony Pollard, Mark Andrews, Chris Godwin realm. But I also heard through the grapevine, not just dislocation, but possible knee injury too. So now we're talking about ligament.
Well, that's what is not determined yet, and we're knocking on wood. We're hoping no ligament damage or nerve damage, stuff like that with the knee. But man, I'll tell you this, buddy, it was gross. You could just see if you didn't rewatch it. Don't do that unless you're a sicko like some of the people in the big drink, or out of general, wherever it was. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop doing this. But you could go watch it. You could see his leg go limp. It was horrible. We'll get that out of the way. That's the bad news for today and for this offense and honestly everything about the Browns. Harold Fannin, though, Mike, blow up.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I guess you get something out of the offense. Harold Fannin, speaking of having a good or great rookie season, Harold Fannin exceeded expectations by a country mile. And then, honestly, Mike, when the expectations got lofty, I think he did a pretty good job holding serve, honestly, this year.
Holding serve. How about that? Yep, holding serve.
But, I mean, the expectations were ungodly. That's why it's holding serve. You can't go higher than that. I mean, he was put in the top 5 mix.
Yeah, the only thing I would caution people against is letting the offseason get you too riled up, right? Keep them somewhere in that 8 to 12 range, dynasty wise, and work from there. We'll have to see how this Njoku situation plays out because,
buddy, I mean, I got bad news for you.
He's not there. Yeah.
We're on. I hate to spoil your Christmas and your New Year, but
He's going to go way higher.
Oh, we're not even at the current moment. This very second. The kid's at tight end 6, Mike. And to give you an idea of who that is, that's Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, Ty Warren, Tucker Kraft, Colston Loveland, Harold Fannin. Mike, you can't see on here George Kittle, Kyle Pitts. I'm rocking the jersey. He's back. No one cares. Harold Fannin's in elite territory. I mean, he's in elite territory.
Buried him.
It's crazy, though. That's a cycle that typically happens. I didn't think Pitts would be that way because he's a unicorn, but besides the point, Harold Fannin, Mike, is definitely in the top 12. I think top 10, honestly, for me. But, I wouldn't go much past that 9-10 range for myself, right?
Well, here's also the great thing. Pretty much anything from like 7 to 12 is just a bunch of who gives a shit, to be honest.
It's a lot of it's a lot of tier. It's a lot of tier. It's a big wide tier, right?
Yep.
Well,
that was about the only good thing on the offense because Shedeur played like ass. Surprisingly, though,
I was going to say,
team stayed in it, man.
Well, here's what I want to ask you. So the Titans, your boy Cam Ward, they get a win versus the absolutely hapless Chiefs today.
Yep.
Makes the Browns in the 3 spot, and 1 and 2, the Raiders and the Giants face off next week. Mike, besides how Shedeur's played the last couple weeks, which has been much more of a down to earth than he was the weeks prior, what have you thought of his play as a whole? And then, I mean, if you're in the conversation to go get a quarterback at 1 or 2, I mean, is it even a thought, or what are you thinking here, future wise?
He's had moments of playing well, but he's also had moments of playing atrocious. No matter what you want to say, it's better than whatever Dylan Gabriel is. So, like, he's earned a place on the roster where I don't think Dylan Gabriel's earned a place on the roster, past this season, to be honest. I
Sure.
don't know how he fits in. I'll say this. We'll see how this college football playoff shakes out, right? First half, Dante Moore yesterday against James Madison, phenomenal. Second half, Dante Moore, not so good. We don't know if he's coming out. We don't know if he's coming out or not.
Mm-hmm.
You got Francisco Mendoza, who has a chance. John Mateer was banged up. I know a lot of people don't like him, but if John Mateer, were to decide to come out, like, I think that's kind of an interesting guy.
Do we know who this is? Excuse me? You wait your turn and bite your tongue, okay?
No, I love it. I love it, man. See, I spam this in a mobile game chat that I play, right?
Damn
so we got
it.
the people showing out for us. I love it. We'll kind of see how the quarterback market shakes out and if anybody can kind of make waves in this college football playoff and really stand up. And, I do think Francisco Mendoza is going to be in play at the top of the draft for a lot of teams. So could be a Cleveland quarterback, right? Could just move from Indiana to Ohio. It's not too far to go.
Well, no, I mean, Mike, nothing. This has nothing to do, honestly, with Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel. It's just using 2 day 3 picks on quarterbacks when you've already traded for Kenny Pickett at the time, which they got out of it. Whatever. I didn't like it. I felt like it was wasted picks, and I just kind of feel like from the beginning it felt like they didn't really want Shedeur in a weird way, and it feels like even now they kind of are unsure, and I can kind of see the writing on the wall. I've been around this mistake on the lake for a while, and this is kind of my thinking anyway on this matter. Speaking of the mistake on the lake, the Bills narrowly, Mike, escape the mistake on the lake. And also, let's talk about a mistake. It wasn't a mistake putting them in your lineup, but it was a mistake what the points were that you got. I don't know when the last time I seen a Josh Allen game this low, buddy. I mean, I'm looking at literally just, super flex, sort it by teams on Sleeper. There's the Bills outside of one player didn't do that well today, and he's below some of them. I can't recall ever Josh Allen being this low.
Not what you expected, especially with the last couple of weeks. He's really put on that Superman cape and carried the team.
He made keep tread cut reappreciate him.
He did. This was all James Cook, though. Exploiting that shitty Cleveland run defense. He did his thing.
The blow up, and Mike, the Browns could take a early lead, which James Cook made sure to quickly close the gap on, and James Cook has been having a lot of blow-up games. This has been an absolutely tremendous campaign from James Cook this year.
Love it. James Cook carrying you. Yeah, the rest of the Bills team, there's nothing to talk about a lot like Cleveland.
Yeah, it was a game. The mistake on the lake kind of fit the whole theme narrative, if you will. Well, let's go ahead and let's get to Fizz. Let's get to the Cowboys, man. They eliminated. I will say, let's get this out of the way, right? You've wanted some gifts. There was a gift today. It's been a gift. George Pickens, Mike, has been a gift.
Hey,
start to finish this
Christmas
year.
presents.
Yeah, I mean, this George Pickens, even if you liked him, right? Even if you were really standing, you didn't have this in your range of outcomes. And
no.
It honestly, it's kind of crazy because when you look raw counting numbers, dwarfing, speaking of, Christmas, dwarfing a little bit the CD Lamb over there.
Yeah. Just this past game, because the 2 games before it looked like George Pickens was disinterested and back to being a head case.
In particular, what was it, 3 games ago? Your point, there was a game where he came out and looked like he didn't want to run a single route, But
exactly.
Here we are today, running by people on the sideline, catching balls. I mean, he can pause, but he can catch balls all day long,
Catch balls. Catching balls.
A lot of balls for you.
A lot of balls. Yeah, right now, wide receiver 4 on the week. You'll take that in the semifinals.
So here's my question. If you had him, you should already have him in the lineup. It's boom or bust with crazy high boom this year. Best ball, obviously, stud. Here's my question, though. Moving forward, is he a Cowboy or not? Is it a franchise tag? Do you think Jerry pays up and just finds a way to get it done? Or what are your thoughts here? Is he moving on?
Fizz and I had this question come up probably about a month ago when George Pickens was really on a heater.
Yep.
You got some crazy Cowboys fans out there saying trade CD, sign George.
Love to hear the chaos.
If they do re-sign him, it's going to be interesting because they're going to have a ton of money invested in their quarterback and now 2 wide receivers. So we'll see what they do. I also think it's
where's the Pickens respect here? CD GOAT. I mean, GOAT.
I also think it's a lot like everything with Jerry, that there's a possibility he's going to piss off George Pickens and his agent. By the way, his agent, same agent that represents Michael Parsons.
Do you think in that same time he could piss off a little bit of CD too in the same mix?
Very well,
roll it all up.
Very well could. So you're going to love the drama in the offseason on the George Pickens situation, whether he gets re-signed or not.
Oh yeah, I like to hear what I'm hearing. Actually, I really love to hear what I'm hearing. Chaos, mayhem, pandemonium.
And listen, Adam, he's played well enough this year. I mean, very, very well. That some team, I mean, there's going to be some teams interested in paying him the fucking bag.
And they should, but let me ask you, do you think the antics or the, you go through and you had amidst this great season in the middle of the playoff run, actually, it just turns it off. Do you think there's some long-term concerns for teams and GMs out there?
There probably is, but at some point you just need an organization or a coach who's comfortable with them. And if they're like, listen, I can handle it, pay the fucking man. That's the only green light that you need.
This is where I would say to Pickens, if you are just chasing your bag, do your thing. If you're trying to have a career and have another bag, I think be mindful of the situation and team you go to, right? I think you're in a great high-powered offense here. You're in a good situation. You go to some of these clown shows, the Browns, somewhere like that. I mean, dude, your career can go down the shitter in a hurry, man. Can
I give you one right off the fucking rip? It'd be a match made in heaven.
Rip it.
New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel has got that locker room and that team cooking. They got a young stud quarterback who commands respect, and they are in desperate need of a dynamic wide receiver.
Yeah, and they got a guy, that could perfect pass the torch. Diggs has been down in these type of pass
yes, he has.
For many a years. Give him a good.
Just don't take relationship advice from Stephon Diggs.
At least not now. Wait till you get a little older, and then you can settle down. So, speaking of settling down, the rest of the team very much settled down. And the in particular one, Mike, to talk about, it has been a phenomenal start, right? But, dude, what a wow. Dude, the finish for Javonte has just been
not good.
Limp noodle, man. You just can't get it up.
Yeah, second half of season of Javonte needed some extends, my friend.
Yeah, it reminds us of the old, just last year's Javonte.
Yes,
come on, Javonte, get up nice and close. Show us what you did today,
Again, that will be an interesting situation to monitor for the Cowboys in the offseason on if they bring him back in for how much.
Yeah, definitely true. Yeah, I think
very limp mode. There's not a lot of, this looks like Denver Broncos Javonte all over again.
Of all the gifts, I mean, there was people we weren't even sure, is he suiting up? What's the story? Listen, Quentin Johnson, today at least, a gift. Because you're looking at 104 yards, Mike, on only 4 catches, a touchdown. The leader in the clubhouse by quite a large margin. Ladd gets in the end zone, but the big day goes to Quentin Johnston for the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm not sure if people had the stones or, if they were in that type of straits, direness, to put him in the lineup. But best ball, you best believe he crammed his way into your, cassette tape.
he was doing some cramming today. That's kind of thing, though. QJ is an interesting one. He's How about George Pickens from like 2 years ago? Kind of that, where real boomer bust.
Yeah.
GP light. How about
GP,
that?
I hope you got your ears covered, Fizz. I hope you've already tuned out since the Cowboys are over there. I mean, I'm kind of curious, though, Mike. There's just how this shakes out long term, right? Obviously, Keenan Allen, I don't think is the long term plans, but you draft Trey Harris. He actually had a decent little day today. You had Quentin Johnson. You still got Ladd. Hopefully Hampton, continues to get more and more acclimated, looks better, and you have this new young group of team. But who's going to really show up as the guys, right? And you don't want it to be Green Bay, I think is what I'm trying to get to. Like, you don't want this to be a Green Bay situation.
That's fair, and I think we might be headed for something like that, especially once next year when they get their offensive lineman back, Joe Alt.
Well, that's the other thing. People don't even remember this. This offensive line used to be stout, and it's they've been dealing with this limped offensive line for a while now.
But the saving grace is it did show this year that Greg Roman and Harbaugh can devise a decent passing offense and downright good at times. When you have a generational
quarterback like Herbert, right?
At times. It's not the most consistent, but they can devise a decent passing offense.
It's better than what we've really seen from them across their tenure, right? So
but it is going to be a messy wide receiver situation. You throw Gadsden in the mix, it's like, okay, I don't know who's going to eat on this offense week to week. It's going to feel like a lot of listen, plant your flag on who you think should be your wide receiver 3 flex in your lineup leagues, and for best ball, fuck it, give me all of them. I'll take them all.
Well, speaking of taking them all, he took all our teams to the woodshed in a horrific way. Mike, Minshew, obviously he leaves early, but he played for a handful of snaps last week and just kept throwing the ball to him so much so he threw a pick and a lob ball to him. Come on up here, Travis. We want to talk to you, buddy. One measly catch for less than 10 yards, Mike.
Yay.
They lose to the Titans. They're down all game. I mean, I saw another little ancillary thing, right? Some people like players. They really, these record book things. He could be the oldest player ever to get to 1,000. Well, he's going to need 2 hell of a weeks after this basic 0 this week. God,
6 yards a game, they could do it for you.
Mike, I don't want knock on wood. I'm in a very good spot with my teams that I have right now. The ones that are in doubt, 87's in the lineup, or I needed him in like a 2 tight end. It's that type of dire. Right, it's bad. 1.6.
I felt bad in leagues that I started Colby Parkinson after he shit the bed on Thursday night.
Colby tripled him, quadrupled him,
Yeah. I'm looking across at the matchup and I'm like, oh great, they had Travis Kelce.
You're doing phenomenal.
I'm doing good. I love it. Dude,
it. Yeah, this whole team.
To be honest,
God Almighty, Mike.
Is this really a shocker? Now, granted,
yes,
Minshew,
this bad. If you told me it was like, let's say 3 catches for 44 or something, no, that wouldn't be shocking at all. But this, like 1 catch for 6 yards?
Hear me out. Just hear me out, right? Minshew tears his ACL. Back-to-back weeks of Chiefs quarterbacks tearing their ACL. Imagine that.
Sure.
But this offense wasn't great when all-world superstar Patrick Mahomes was quarterbacking it. Gardner Minshew is definitely a downgrade. And then they lose him, and now we're on to Chris Ludicon. And Adam, I watch a shit ton of football, NFL, college. Listen, I play a shit ton of Madden. I play a shit ton of college football.
Absolutely.
Listen, I'm in the fucking streets when it comes to football. And it's a fun game I like to play with everybody where they give me a player and I can tell you where they went to college at.
Yeah.
I have no idea who the fuck this guy is or where he went to school.
Here's the thing. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I wouldn't even go that far. Here, let me put up all the people on the screen. So here's Dynasty Barry. Shout out to my guy. Here's Dynasty Jake, right? We got Cody, Michael, Borner. I don't know him, but I do know this when I make this statement. We got Fizz, and we got Govnick. I could keep going, but here's the point. Every single one of the people I just put on the screen, I believe can get Travis Kelce beyond 6 yards in any NFL game, especially versus the hapless Titans, okay? No, I don't care. I don't care who's at quarterback. You're trailing versus a shitty team and a bad defense. 6 yards? No. Yeah. Is it a shocker he didn't do much? Maybe not. Shocker that he's basically non-existent. Well, I'm going to be very curious to see what the snaps are, Mike, because I unfortunately had the pleasure of having this game on one of the TVs for a while. I saw 87 out there. He was fucking out there, buddy. You know, he almost had a what was the dude's name? Tony. This was almost like a Tony Snell game. Out there doing fucking nothing.
It's like 28 minutes with zeros all up and down the board. Let's go.
Oh, buddy.
Tony Snell. Why is Tony Snell catching strays? He didn't do this. He didn't deserve that.
Tony, I'm sorry to drag you into this, but you're a legend for one reason only. Pacheco, actually, I don't even think the kid has a hologram. It doesn't come up. We don't need it.
Nope.
He's the only one that got double digits. Okay, that's how bad it was. Let's go to the other side here, and Mike, there's a lot of things to touch on. Pause again, but hey, how about we start with the tight end that everyone knew in this game was going to go crazy and ballistic, the Chiggy.
The Chiggy. No one knew that. No one.
Dude, the Chiggy was chigging all over the field. I mean, I don't know if he got in the end zone, but he almost had 20 points in, just standard PPR. So in tight end premium, he's got to be in the 20s. That's going to get it done for your best ball teams. For lineup, I can almost guarantee you didn't have them, even if you're in a fuck situation.
I had lineup questions this morning on Start Shit about Gunnar Helm, so Chig was not.
He was buried by the helm, huh? Yikes.
He was buried by Gunnar Helm, who had a very Travis Kelce 2 for 9.
But honestly, even that's double basically what the Kelce put up. But no, Chiggy might goes. Let's see here. I'll give you the final exact. 6 for 44, but sneaks in the end zone. I mean, listen, you'll take that. 8 targets led the team for one Chig Okonkwo. And Mike, it doesn't stop there, right? You've had Tony Pollard just running for his life, but here the gift of all gifts, Tajay Spears, buddy.
Started by absolutely nobody,
except for you in best ball. We play lots of best ball for Tajay Spears, where I almost probably cut him or moved on, guaranteed. So he didn't help me there either. I will tell you, one of the things about today, we'll have to touch on this at some other time, maybe AMA or after the season. One of the grueling things, Mike, on a lot of these contenders in best ball, it actually is mind-numbing because you have to make these moves, which you don't really want to, right? Like, I got to move on from Rocket Sanders. Motherfucker, there's Rocket Sanders getting fucking work. That's the whole reason I got rid of him. So he's not. Those type of things happen time and time again, right? Malik Willis, you got to get rid of too many zeros at quarterback. Motherfucker, there he is out there. Mind-numbing, right?
The show goes on.
The show goes on. People are like, I already unloaded the clip. My fab's gone. Malik Willis is on the wire. It ain't good. But here's Tajay Spears going off. Tony Pollard, though, did get over 100 again. Let me ask you, is there any fuel in the tank for Tony Pollard if you have him at this point, like in moving forward? I mean, next year?
Yeah. We had a question this morning. Somebody could acquire him for, the 312 in a 14-team league and start him this week?
In this shit class that people hate?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard is really
Patty
attainable.
Mills. Patty Mills was the one who asked
well, that doesn't count. Patty's trying to always rip people off. That's
He got it done.
Good for you, buddy. I imagine 312 is insane, but okay. Well, regardless of that, can he still be the lead? Or do you think Tajay takes more work? Do they address in the draft? I mean, what's realistic here for Tony Pollard?
We've been talking about
forward?
this Tajay thing for 4 years now? 3 years? Who gives
a shit? Look at the kid, huh? 13, 52, and a tutty.
It's the only game he's had in the last 3 years, Adam.
Mind you, 5 catches, 53 yards. Damn near led them in receiving, too.
Jawar Jordan had a week last week, all right? Let's move on.
But here's the thing, right? Jawar Jordan, did he have a week this week?
No.
Exactly. Tajay's relevant today. I think Tony Pollard is a very crusty. He's kind of James Conner without the upside of the offense, frankly, at the moment, right? Something like that, maybe. But,
he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Speaking of which, let's get to a different game. Titans look good. Cam Ward looked good. But that was really we're already talked a little bit much on it, if we're being honest. Speaking of presents, let's keep the A-Warp tight end theme going, buddy. I mean, you want to talk about the A-Warp life, huh?
The mustache.
If you subscribe to the Warp tool and to the A-Warp tight end life, buddy, you're living high on the hog. I mean, you're loving life. Look at that guy, huh? That dude right there. Good-looking dude and a good-looking box score. We'll take this all day, every day. Even with the Taysom Hill sighting.
More tight ends need to have that kind of mustache.
Well, I don't know if most can't pull it off, let's be honest, right? I mean,
they're not man enough. I wish I was man enough to have that mustache.
He could honestly take over and buy Old Spice and just be that guy,
Dude, the narrative offseason was when they drafted Tyler Shuck. It was like, hey, him and Juwan Johnson played together way back when. Juwan Johnson's been in the league for like 6 years.
Well, here, Juwan Johnson, 8 for 89, 9 targets. Great day. But let's not, two things we got to get to, okay? This isn't a present. Because honestly, extremely quietly, a wide receiver 1 in regular PPR leagues. He was top 12 going into this week. Mike, I'll tell you something. Somebody with Rashee Rice in a best ball league hits me up like, hey, I'm trying to, contender in the mix. Once Justin Jefferson, I'm like, listen, buddy, let's calm this down, okay? Let's try going the other way. How about Chris Olave, okay? Oh, I won't name and shame, but listen, when you try to send that again, just know I'm shoving it right back up your ass, okay?
It's not happening.
Those days are over, all right? Olave has been quietly having a nice year. And here's the thing. 2 touchdowns, 10 catches, $150, $148, 16 fucking targets. Speaking of, Jefferson, Chase, that's a line from those guys. But here's, I think, the thing, right? Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, you got all these players that they need quarterback play. I mean, it's bad defenses, right? Where are you at on the Tyler Shuck kid? Let's blow him up, too, while we're at it.
Said last week, Tyler Shuck's been playing surprisingly well. Very, very
sneakily
well.
Doing his thing on a team that's, bad record, but has been playing well lately.
I will say this. Tyler Shuck has played well enough where I don't think the Saints address quarterback in the draft at all.
And he's played well enough, unlike some of the other guys, to get their team out of the probably realistic chance, right? They're going to be in the 7+ range now. They've got 5 wins.
As of right now, they're picking 8th, just ahead of Cincinnati.
There you have it. So, what the Shuck, did not see this coming, but here we are,
Nope. Chris Olave, one more thing on him.
Sure.
After this week, he was already there at the back end, but after this week too, it's going to be the quietest back end wide receiver 1 season I think I've ever seen from a player.
And today he quietly gave it to people in the rear too. Absolutely.
He did.
Right
Came
up
in
the
through
sphincter.
the back door.
Dude, buddy. You imagine going against Chris Olave thinking like, I got this guy, right?
No, you do not.
Wake up.
It's
Smell
like
the
that
roses.
commercial. It's a commercial with the old guy with the dollar bill on the fishing reel.
You got to be quicker than that. You almost had it. This game on the other side, dude, the Jets are so bad. The Jets are such a sad franchise.
Horrendous.
As a Browns fan, I can sympathize and empathize, but it's rough. I don't even want to talk about it, honestly.
The only nice thing that we got, the backfield split was all Breece Hall this week. It had been like 50%.
Yeah, and he got
gross.
outscored by Isaiah Davis somehow. What the hell?
Still.
God. Buddy, is Breece Hall going to be around? What do you think happens here? That's the thing. No. Is it free Breece for you? Like, I think I want to see him go elsewhere. Okay.
Yes, please, on a good offense.
Imagine what we saw with Javonte, but the Breece version.
Yes.
You want to talk about not going limp. We're going, Cialis, whatever it is, 24 hours. We're good, right? We're good.
Yes.
Send Breece. Like, honestly, if you send Breece to almost 85% of the teams, 90% of the teams out there, got to be a big upgrade. Got to be.
There's not many teams out there I could tell you would be a downgrade from the fucking Jets in the way they use it.
The only way you could make a case would be if he goes somewhere where there's already a stud, right? Like that would be the one exception for.
Fuck it, we'll go old school Oklahoma, just run the wing tee, wishbone.
Hey, listen, you can convince me, honestly. At this point, you can convince me of a lot of things. Let's go ahead. And speaking of, Mike, I will tell you, I had a lot of worries. I think I was right to be worried, but let's talk about the Bengals in a, let's call it what it is, a very much plus matchup. Going down south Beach blowout. Chase Brown with a gift. And Mike, I say that because this was quite a gift. 66 yards on the ground, 43 through the air. So you're saying, okay, 100 yards, like a good day. But how about he gets in the end zone 3 times?
Bam, bam.
Chase Brown, it's weird because it's like maybe if you had him in a flex spot, right, and your team was pretty good elsewhere, he really put you over the top. But he also feels like a guy that is kind of let teams down at this point here to get you here.
He has. It's been a rough year for him. We've had some moments. But if you were smart enough to tap in to start shit this morning, every question that Chase Brown came up, I emphatically answered Chase fucking Brown. So You're welcome, people. I finally got one right.
Hey, there
You're
it
welcome.
is. Well, and listen, the gifts and the blow-ups don't stop there. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't bring myself to make a present of Gesicki, so we just keep the blow-up going. We keep the A-Warp tight end. It's not really a blow-up, but he got in the end zone for you. If you were that desperate, Mike, he didn't really disappoint you, honestly.
He did not.
Travis Kelce, far worse, significantly worse. Mike, let's get to the other sincere blow-up. Joe Burrow, Mike, they scored 0 points last week. I'm worried. I'll tell you I'll start him pretty much versus any matchup that's realistic. 4 touchdowns, only 7 incompletions, dotting people up everywhere. And I ask you a question, and I will answer it. I think it's rhetorical. Is T. Higgins this much of a difference to this offense? And I think the answer is fucking yes. I mean, it's obviously a very different situation, team, defense. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown. It opens the offense to a totally different degree, man.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. We talked about it on Wednesday AMA a little bit. We also I thought we were going to have one of our epic fights about Joe Burrow on Wednesday.
No, because
AMA.
I didn't actually say to start Rodgers. I said it. I basically was like, it's not crazy, but I got to play Burrow. I was just worried about the kids talking.
I get you.
Definitely made me think too much.
It's mind games, man. And listen, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what he's saying, what state of mind he's in. It's the Dolphins, and I can't name a cornerback on that fucking team. So you play.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
You play all the Bengals. All the Bengals. They all eat.
And, I guess, let's see here. How would I put this? Chase didn't get in the end zone. Higgins did. Everybody eats beat. Everybody fucking eats for the Cincinnati Bengals. They go 45 points. Also, Joe Flacco, didn't do much for you, but did, Mike, get 4 yards on the ground because he was in there playing.
He did.
He did get in the game. It was that big of a blow up.
I did want to point out. Did you notice too? T. Higgins changed up his helmet after last week or
what?
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I did. And what was your thought here?
Stud.
No, I mean about the helmet. Sorry.
Oh, about the helmet? No, I just thought it was interesting. It was like, man, I got a concussion. I see he had different helmet style when he came out this week. So.
Which is weird because I don't know the rules on this. I know they have like a specific time frame. They got to play with like one
for fitment.
And then they got to upgrade after a while. And a lot of the old heads hate getting rid of their old helmet. But
Well, too, maybe if there's I don't know how the NFL rules, but I imagine there's probably a select few like helmets that they consider better, for brain injury purposes than other ones. So maybe at any time during the season, if you want to switch to one of these approved ones from one that is technically approved but grandfathered in, they allow it. So.
And for all of our eyes, brains, everything, let's keep T. Higgins' brain and body healthy. This is what we want. On the flip side, Mike, listen, they go away from Tua, and the Quinn Ewers show, buddy, huh? I mean, oh my God, it is the clown Dolphins show down there. Yep.
This is like if Jameis Winston played for the Dolphins but sucked really bad. Quinn Ewers is fucking awful.
Well,
it's awful.
Here's what I know.
He did throw the ball 30 times, and he threw it to Jalen Waddle enough.
Waddle, I think given what I saw from Ewers and the yikesness I saw on a handful of tosses, you tell me Waddle's going 572, I'm like, I'll take it, frankly. I'll take it right now. HN, I'm going to give the kid a blow-up, but it's kind of not truly a blow-up. And let me ask you this. Jalen Wright gets 9 carries, right?
Yep.
Is this because the game got away, or do you think that there's a little bit of not HN getting 85% of the work at this point now?
I think they're looking for anything to get a spark on this offense, so they get another playmaker who's got dynamic. Because they were working him in early, even with HN, not even in a blow-up.
I was going to bring that up because I think if you just box score and you don't know it, he was getting more run. This was like the run that we were praying for a year and change.
Well, also too, Ollie Gordon got almost nothing, so it's like he just supplanted that role. Right?
Well, he did get
Gordon in there.
Yeah, he got his little carry and went negative, and that was we've seen enough of this kid. So
we done.
We have enough negative going on with Ewers. We're good here. So Ollie Gordon has really, from being the almost 99 player and this Heisman Trophy, dark horse type thing. It's a long way to fall, buddy.
Yeah.
Big tree fall hard. Oh, you hate to see it for the kid.
He did.
Damn it.
Supplanted by Jalen fucking Wright. Can you believe it?
Honestly, I guess kind of, but no. I don't even know really how to answer that question. I'm not sure what my feelings really are. Well, let me tell you about some feelings, okay? I got some feelings for you. The Cardinals, Mike, and the Falcons. What was your take on this game?
You were hoping for a more up and down shootout across the board, and instead,
you were hoping for more on the scoreboard. Definitely, can't deny that.
It turned into a couple of inept teams that aren't making the playoffs just slapping each other like a tickle fight. It was gross.
Fuck this game. Tickle fight.
Fuck this game for ruining. Like, it's the semifinals. This is the one we expected. We're like, fuck yeah.
Here's the thing, right? So you got Michael Wilson as this, like, when Marv's out, elite play, elite targets, like Olave type, ceiling. Well, checks notes. 3 targets today with Marv back, only getting 3 targets as well. Check notes. So that's 6. Math is hard, but that's 6 targets. What the fuck happened?
The fuck happened is right. The fuck happened. Then we get the Kyle Pitts blow up. Kirk Cousins was back last week, and then this week they're like, you know what we should do? We should run the ball 37 fucking times. We're taking the air out of the football. We're not letting Jacoby Brissett go up and down, throw the ball 50 times. The Falcons had a great game plan for actually getting a win. Now it sucks for us in the fantasy because we wanted both of these teams to score, and we really got some decent scores. Bijan had himself a hell of a game, but really everybody else was like, damn, I've been relying on you to get me to this point, and you just fucking let me down. You just let me down.
Yep. Not great. Well, I mean, you couldn't see that blow up because Michael Wilson wouldn't get his ass out of the way. Let's do that again for the kid. Let's give Bijan a blow up here. I got a sweet Pitts graphic that's not coming up. Don't you fucking do this to me. Well, you guys already know what's happening. Bijan, Mike, goes 7 for 92. This is through the air. I will tell you what's really kind of still crazy to think about with this blow-up. Tyler Algier and him have the same fucking day on the ground.
Yeah.
Why? Listen, I like Tyler Algier, okay? I really don't like him in this role and in this current situation at all. Again, let's get you somewhere else. Let's let you have a nice little committee somewhere else.
Well, let me say this. I am completely fine if this is the game plan, right? Like, I am completely fine with Tyler Algier, and I think this actually needs to be how the Falcons play moving forward when they get Michael Penix back. The whole works next year. Listen, I liked what they were doing early with Bijan and the Tyler Algier thing, where if we're going to split carries right down the middle, when we're giving Tyler Algier the work out of the backfield, we're putting Bijan in the slot. Or we're putting Bijan out like,
We'll even put you out wide. Here's what I really liked. I'm glad you did bring that up.
We're not taking him off the fucking field. So
I am greedy. This time of year, I'm in particularly greedy, Mike, okay? But I will say this. My grief is that, like, Bijan can be him, okay? But you brought up a good point, and this is what I wanted to say. This is what we've been waiting for. Not Kirk Cousins, all right? I'll admit that part. No. What we've been waiting for is this. Consolidation? How is this for consolidation? 2 targets to Mooney, 1 to Charlie Warner, 1 to Jake Matthews. He, had a wide open touchdown he didn't catch, so we stopped that bullshit. David Sills, thank God that best ball experience is over. Tyler Algier got 1. All the other passes, so 8 targets to London, 9 to Pitts, 11 to Bijan. You know what? Sometimes life doesn't have to be complicated. We got 3 tremendous athletes. Let's give the horses the ball, man. Let these guys go fucking eat.
And at the end of the day, Bijan got 27 opportunities between targets and carries, so you will gladly fucking take that to the bank, and he delivers when he gets those.
But and I am curious to your point.
Keep that consistent.
He was in the slot a lot. I really am interested to see what his snap share was this week. It felt like it could have been, while Algier got 16 carries, like really, really high. Like,
you think it could be like Kyrie Williams level shit, like from back in the day?
I mean, I don't know if it's that much. That's like God tier, but close. Maybe knocking on the door. Mike, let me ask you now. Kyle Pitts, apparently the keep trade cut market just doesn't care. I mean, it's wild to me. I mean, dude, Mike, but here's the thing. He's up 19 spots. Brenton Strange up 37. Harold Fannin up 20. Already in outrageous territory, up 20. Colson Loveland up 10. Like, to me, it seems as though we're just not going to – this isn't going to be a runaway train. And if that's the case, I'm going to kind of go away from the A-Warp tight end a little bit here, honestly.
You think so?
Well, if he's going to be marketed at, Mike, in the Dalton Kincaid, Brenton Strange range, abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, here's the thing.
Because that puts him in like a 7th, 8th round startup pick still?
1 week is an aberration. Now we get 2 weeks. So let's check in again on AMA on Wednesday, and I would imagine we're approaching 6 at that point.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I will okay, how's this? He's at 11 right now. Fannin is at 6. So right in front of him is Fannin, Laporta, Gadsden, Kittle, Ferg. I don't think he goes up. I think by AMA 9 is the absolute ceiling for him.
All right, I'm going
a little friendly wager. Little friendly wager. I like that. Let's do that.
I'm going above. I'm taking what I guess technically the under.
I think we both hope that I'm right, but I'm also really hoping that I'm right, just for the fact that I would love to see him stay in this crazy range. But Kyle Pitts is showing. I think nobody. I think believe the talent wasn't there anymore. I shouldn't say nobody. Not that many people believe that. And if you did believe that, I think you've at least seen the talent is still quite there. That's really all I have to say on the matter. Because I can't get the damn unicorn graphic to come up here. God,
that's fine.
So, well, it's.
We'll save it for Fizz for a real special day again.
That's fair.
Like Wednesday AMA when he's up to 6.
How about Kenneth Gainwell?
Oh, God damn it! What's this?
Mike, can I tell you something? There's every year you have players that you hit on, you have players that you miss on, you have players that they're fine. You have players that you whiff on. However, I don't think every year I have had players that I have whiffed on to the degree of fucking Caleb Johnson. Every time I see on my team, because in particular going into contenders, like, God, I just can't cut him. I would not do it. I refuse.
Yep.
But you're like 111, 201. You're just like, fuck me. What? Kenneth Gainwell and Jaylen Warren. What is happening in Pittsburgh? Kenneth Gainwell's been playing well, man.
Caleb Johnson's on that, you want to call it Kendre Miller train without the injuries. It's not good.
Yeah, it's...
Kenneth Gainwell, when they use him in this role, actually what they've kind of devised here these last, handful of weeks with him is this passing down work back and using him out of the backfield, because it's really just DK Metcalf that you worry about in this passing offense. Everybody else is trash or atrocious or leftovers from old relics.
I mean, hey, listen, they bring back the D2 kid, Adam Thielen, still has a pulse.
Yeah, he still does, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but yes, he does.
Scotty Miller was getting fucking targets in this game, but I listen. You gotta acknowledge Kenneth Gainwell. He's gonna be an interesting start next week for a lot of people, because he is getting really good passing usage. Now the carries are sometimes hit or miss, but he does well when he does get the rock. So
you get me to full PPR, Mike. He's incredibly interesting, right? I think half PPR. Not that you wouldn't put him in, but it's like, you just feel like the work isn't going to come through the ground like that outside of an injury to Jaylen Warren. I will tell you where it's really interesting, Mike. A handful of these leagues the last couple of years, because the running back death, so to speak, right? They went to this tiered PPR where the running back gets 1.5. Like those, okay.
Those are killing.
Let me go ahead and spend some of these picks on this Kenneth Gainwell, even if it fucking burns and out to nothing, right? So the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike, end the season for the Detroit Lions. And, wow. I got to ask you a question. Jahmyr Gibbs, dude. What in the actual fuck? It's rhetorical. There's really not anything to answer to it, but I had to ask it.
So I just want to point this out, right? Since Dan Campbell's taken over the play calling, because the other guy wasn't doing a good enough job, right? So listen, I like Dan Campbell. He's a fun head coach. I like his, I'm going to go for it all the time.
You love the energy, the charisma, the aura.
Please God, don't let Dan Campbell call fucking plays anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that's kind of it's those characteristics and type of traits that we like about Dan Campbell, and that's about where it kind of, that you're good there. That's fine. It's okay to be great at what you're good at. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like you
read the room.
You never called plays. You're never that great at calling plays. If you did priorly, it's not working out right now. This Mike is it's a talented team on offense to miss the playoffs, though. Seriously, right?
The only people that are happy are Jameson Williams fantasy managers, because when Dan Campbell calls plays, he will fucking wedge Jameson Williams plays down our throats until we are sick of it. But it comes at the expense of 1, Detroit winning, 2, Jared Goff being efficient, doing what he loves, and 3, apparently Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the greatest talents we've ever seen at the running back position, just becomes obsolete.
But
I love it.
Here's what's crazy, right? You get away from running the football, which is really insane thinking about his, characteristics. Right? They only run 11 times. But here's Mike, this is the thing. You're telling me we're going to lose this game, and we're going to get 4 catches and a touchdown, and 4 catches and a touchdown, both north of 50, to Isaac Tesla and Khalif Raymond. Just to really wedge it right into where you don't want something to be.
Dial them up, boys. This is what we need. Yes, something to keep.
There was a lot of ball to be caught. We got Anthony Ferkser, also 4 for 40, and Mike, it's just Amon-Ra and Jahmyr Gibbs. I think this week they're on a little bit of a suicide for your team notice, right? Like, you could be let down by these guys that have been carrying you.
So can we just go back in the time machine to us in the off season, in the let's talk it preseason type range, right? Okay. Over the summer, Adam, where you and I both raised very, very serious fucking question marks about how this Detroit offense and team is going to function with the loss of Frank Ragnow, with the change from an elite play caller in Ben Johnson moving on to the head coach. Now let's just recap.
Can I also say that I didn't, in my wildest dreams, think it'd be this quite bad, though, right?
Detroit Lions eliminated from the fucking playoffs. Jahmyr Gibbs, flat out crap this week.
Two weeks in a row, though, really hurt you, man.
And the Chicago motherfucking Bears under Ben Johnson, the 1 seed.
Clinched. Done. Lock us up early. Let's get these kids shirts, T-shirts. Let's get them the hats.
Listen, this ain't like
the
YouTube
Windy
banner
City
shit.
is about to be wild, right? They're going nuts.
I'm not always right, but when I'm right, I'm fucking right.
I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah, sometimes.
And
I'm all right.
Unfortunately, there's none of those in Detroit any longer. All right, Mike. Unfortunately, that's enough of the game. Here's, I guess, we'll get to this Bucks Panthers game. What was your take? And by the way, let's give a big shout out to Jake if you're still here. Speaking of playoffs. I mean, I still can't wrap my head around it, buddy. Honestly, nope. I just there's things I can do and there's things that I can't.
Doing enough.
The Panthers getting in, but also I think the epic collapse down the stretch here of this Bucks team has been something to really be noted. Wild stuff, man.
I brought up the fact that Todd Bowles might be on the fucking hot seat on the cook-up, and T-Rock wanted to argue with me and fight me to death. but let's recap where he is, man. This is a guy who has fucking severely underperformed relative. And T-Rock's like, we've made the playoffs 4 straight years, won the division. Let's think about the teams in there. Saints in a massive rebuild. The Falcons always going to Falcon, and the Carolina Panthers until this year have been a fucking just. You want to talk about keep pounding? Everybody was pounding them.
Oh, buddy, they pounded away and away. Give it away now.
For a while. Now here we are. The Bucks are in danger, and two games to go, in danger of missing the fucking playoffs, and this team looks atrocious.
Danger, Baker Mayfield. Mike, here's the thing. Baker Mayfield, right, based on last year, Warp God last year, right? Legitimately league winner through thick and thin through the entire time. Started to tail off midseason, and Mike, it's gotten really bad. I'd imagine there are so many options on a weekly basis the last month that just dwarf everything Baker. $145, a touchdown and a pick, you just can't have it. I mean, you just can't have it with money on the line. He did at least get you 50 on the ground. It's kind of crazy. He's not very athletic, right? And his tests prove it. But I don't know if it's bad angles or what, but he actually gets some of these decent little runs off, like, third and you have to have something, and he gets a goofy looking run just to the sticks. He gets, barely over, right? He's stretching the ball over the fucking yellow
That's
line
the
that he
fucking
can't
crazy
see.
thing. As much as he was running this game, right? It seemed like every time you looked up, the fucking guy's running. Like he's running and he's taking off. And then you look at the box score and I'm like, how the fuck do you only get 49 yards, dude? I felt like he ran for 150.
Well, because here's the thing, Mike. We remember every one of those 4 runs because he ran them for 49 yards. You're like, what? 12.2 a carry? Who is this kid? Unfortunately, though, for the entire team, Evans got in the end zone, and that was really about all she wrote for the.
I will severely be pulling for Carolina this upcoming week. I hope they upset the Seahawks. I really do. Ron, I don't really like Seattle anyways, but I hope they upset the Seahawks.
Kid, huh?
I hope they fucking do it and they clinch it this week, right? Because it is the scenario, at least for the Bucks, right? They lose to the Panthers. They needed this one. They're not eliminated though. They get the Dolphins. The Bucks do next week, which feels like with Quinn Ewers, even this Bucks team should be able to beat them. And the Panthers have to play Seattle, so that's a little tough one. And then they match up for all the marbles in Week 18. So it feels like we're going to stretch this out for another 2 weeks. But Jake, I'm pulling for you. I might buy a fucking Tet jersey this week just to support you.
Listen,
right?
Jake, I'm gonna be honest with you. This just came to me right now. I just thought of this. We might have to come down to Charlotte. Get real crazy, right?
To get real nuts.
They're gonna win the division. No, it's a home game. I mean, listen, Bank of America Stadium, right? This could be. I've been down to Charlotte.
Carolina?
What's that?
What's Carolina like in January? Just asking for.
Charlotte is honestly is beautiful, Mike. So I went to school in Lees McRae, which is up in the mountain, right? So I'll never forget. Around this time, we had a game that got canceled, well, delayed because it's a snowstorm up on the mountain. Like it was 70 degrees in Charlotte. You imagine? You imagine being in 70-degree weather, being like, yeah, our game's postponed. It's fucking snow and a snowstorm.
Can't make it
in the same state. So it's probably at minimum it's mild. It's a tender Carolina Christmas. They're in the playoffs. This one is really struggling to. I struggle to believe it. Mike, can I tell you the truth? You guys have been doing a great job. Start sit. I wanted to make it today, was unable to. Wife had some grades due. Here's what I will tell you though. I don't know what it was that made me say, you know what? I'm just gonna roll Bryce out there instead of Gardner, and it might fucking save my season.
Good choice, buddy.
I got lucky though, Mike. In my heart of hearts, I didn't know what to do. It's kind of like a frozen moment. I just deer in headlights. I mean, Gardner got hurt, so it's kind of a, again, it's lucky. But Bryce did enough. 191, 2 touchdowns. What sold me, Mike, was I ended up putting Tet in the lineup. Made that call to just go ahead and stack it and put Bryce in there. Again, not great, but he got 4 for 20 on the ground. He can sneak around a little bit too. I'm curious. Do you know what he finished for the week at the quarterback position? I feel like he's got to be at least like the high end quarterback too. No.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right now, 11.
I mean, he'll probably end up being a high end quarterback too, but we will take that easily. Jalen Coker, I think, was getting a little bit too much hype, maybe. Yeah. He had a decent day at 347, but people were talking as either one in the offense. Let's relax. But
let's also acknowledge Tet is going to put together a pretty promising rookie season. At the end of the day, he's probably going over 1,000. He was at 850. 850 entering the day. He's got 2 games to go to get 80 more yards to get over 1,000, and he's going to approach double-digit touchdowns and probably finish about 70 catches. So,
I do think this game coming up, Seattle has been pretty stingy outside of playing like Matthew Stafford against the through the air. So if he has a decent little day here next week, Mike, he's going to probably get himself into a really good position to go into Tampa and lock that in. Regardless, even if he doesn't get to 1,000, like you tell me he's in the 9s. I mean, we're loving the season he had, especially given the situation, I think. So,
and he's going to finish roughly about 25-26% target share in this offense. So
that part, I mean, there's really, Coker. There wasn't a lot of other options, but he did his thing, man. You can't take anything from him. Rico really just didn't get it done. Sorry for DB who decided not to listen to you on Harvey.
I don't know why you didn't.
I reluctantly, Mike, when I put him in on a team where I basically had no other options. It was like it has to be Rico. So
I thought I laid out a pretty good fucking case on why you have to play RJ Harvey over Rico Dottle, and it was all because of snap share. Like, give me the guy getting 70-80% of the work instead of the guy that
But
maybe gets 50.
you said it in American, right? You didn't speak Canadian on this.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't say A and don't you know. If I would have done that, DB would have listened.
But listen, now, you know for next time. You know for next time how to get through to him. Grimy, here's the thing. Chase Brown can get grimy on you, and apparently he did. So you hate to see it, but it happens.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more games to get through here real quick. Jags Broncos was cinema. I mean, here's what I didn't expect, Mike.
What the fuck?
I did not expect T-Law to actually do something again. And, like, dependable, he could have been on the thumbnail. Can someone, any person out there, give me some sort of iota of what to fucking think here? What is this?
Yeah, I'm sure our good friend John McGlynn, who's like the ultimate T-Law glazer, is just doing backflips right now.
He's probably getting ready to glaze you, too, about all this, pretty soon here.
Yes.
Coming out of the woodworks.
Against Denver, in Denver, against this fantastic defense, Eric and I glazed the shit out of the Broncos this morning on Start Shit, and
that was the issue. Whoa, that was what happened. It all makes sense now. Dude, I will say this. I have never doubted the Denver defense, right? Now, any defense I think can be had any given week. That's important to note. However, there's some weird things, and this is what I will say. The Broncos, to me, have been fraudulent, okay? Now, the Jaguars have been, I guess, too, so it's, tit for tat. But, Mike, here's the thing. Here's the big kicker. If and when the Broncos struggle in the playoffs on the defensive side of the ball and the defense isn't doing heroic things, can the offense flip the script? Can they bail them out? And, Mike, I really don't believe that the offense is going to be in a position and able and capable to bail them out if the score gets high. And in the playoffs, especially, home or away, you're not going to – this isn't 2000, the Ravens. This isn't even 2014, the Legion of Boom. This day and age, it's not going to be a bunch of low-scoring games the entire way through the Super Bowl. It's just not.
Here is the biggest weakness, and this guy's gotten picked on quite a bit, but it hasn't mattered for this Bronco defense. They hadn't shown a lot of cracks, but they have one major weakness, and it happens to be a guy who went to my favorite college team. They picked on Riley Moss all fucking day, and it wasn't just how a lot of teams want to do it. Riley Moss has been picked on deep downfield because he gets fucking handsy. He gets real handsy. All right,
Speaking
so you get a
lot
of
let's get real handsy.
You get a lot of DPI. You get a lot of illegal contact penalties against Riley Moss. He's got to be damn near leading the league in that. What they did to him today is put him in space and make him make open field tackles, and he could fucking not. I watched him miss at least 3 or 4 on Parker Washington alone. For fuck's sake, left him grabbing air.
What you don't like to do in a copycat league, as they call it, right, is you don't want to put on film a problem, an absolute hole in your defense and strategy, right? But you really don't want to have it done where, Jacoby Myers, nope, not him. Brenton Strange, nope, not him. BTJ, nope, not him. Mr. Travis Etienne, best friend of T-Law, nope. How about Parker Washington, make him relevant real quick again versus this heralded defense? That I think is going to be an interesting development. Let me ask you this, though. 34 points in Denver. Are we sleeping on Jacksonville? I mean, is Duval? I mean, this is crazy. Let's
say this. Liam Cohen has got these boys cooking on offense, and that defense had been playing really well relative. It's kind of a no-name defense across the board, right? Like you're like, man, who the fuck is actually on defense for the Jaguars? We don't really know outside of Josh Hines-Allen and Aluakon. That's it. But the defense had played really well, and what had been holding them back and why they felt so fraudulent was the offense, and especially Trevor Lawrence and their ability to actually push the ball down the field and be explosive. Liam Cohen's drawing up some shit right now, and he's in his fucking bag. And you see, without Liam in Tampa Bay, how that offense looks. And now you see how the fucking Jaguars are doing it on the road at Denver, one of the elite defenses, absolutely picking on fucking Riley Moss. So, listen, I think we could take the fraudulent tag away from Jacksonville right now. Like, I like what the fuck they got going on here. And Trevor Etienne, listen, this is the ultimate Tony Pollard, okay? You just fucking
Travis,
start
right?
him and you – yeah, Travis, sorry.
Okay, all right. I was like, holy
Travis.
shit. Travis,
just fucking start him. Just start
Fair
him.
enough. Yeah. I mean, the tooting thing has been, a big fat nothing.
Nah.
Sorry about you. Sorry. And here, let's, Mike. We got a couple, wham bam. Let's get through these quick. We don't really want to, but we got to. For you, we do it for y'all. A couple games that are. Listen, this Vikings Giants game, Mike. It lived up to the hype and the anti-hype that it was. And oh my God, let me ask you this, Mike. Jackson Dart, right? Granted, absolutely. We've known for a long time the weaponry is absolutely cooked. I mean, it is. Mm-hmm. It is plastic silverware over there. There is nothing going. 7 for 13 and 33 yards with a pick through. Looks like a video game when you put someone on rookie.
Yeah, he got outplayed by Max Brosmer. Let that one sink
in. And McCarthy first. Right?
And McCarthy. And McCarthy first.
And by the way, McCarthy just keeps leaving. Listen, JJ, whatever the fuck we got to stay on the field. We've got to stay on the field, dude.
Yeah.
There is no room for error. Secret Service.
Consequences. He did not see Brian Burns coming, and it fucking wrecked him. But Jackson Dart, rookie quarterback, no weapons against a Brian Flores defense. You got what you expected. It was rough. The only saving grace on that whole offense was Tyrone Tracy. Hey, he got you 7, maybe 8 points.
Listen, a name I really don't give much mention to or care about because it's, often media clips you can play back and they're meme worthy. They're shorts for they live in infamy. Coward though, all right? Colin Coward emphatically saying if the Giants get the number 1 pick, you trade Dart. No question about it. This is not me, by the way. This is again the.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: if they do lose to the Raiders, right, and let's say they do earn the number 1 pick, they've all gone, right? Is that in consideration here for this team?
Absolutely not. There's zero fucking chance that happens, and I will put my mortgage on that.
Okay, interesting. All right. I mean, it wouldn't be what I do, but I also won't go to that extreme just because I've seen Dan Campbell deciding it's the best thing for his team to do to call plays. I mean, these guys are not always making the sound decision, if you will. So
0% chance. I will rock solidly stand
for example, I happen to pretend to root for a team, Mike. I shouldn't say pretend. I do root for a team that decided to try to tell everybody that Dylan Gabriel was a more talented quarterback for how many weeks? A supercomputer, they fucking called this kid. A supercomputer. Mike, in the world of AI, they call Dylan Gabriel a supercomputer.
Yeah.
I'm just telling men are capable.
They never watched
wild things. I mean, I think it's low probability just because you have a team that needs so much help. But, I'll say crazier things could have happened in the NFL. I just don't think that's realistically going to be one of them.
It's not. They'll end up either trading that pick or they will use it on probably a defensive or an offensive lineman.
The one thing about it is this class to me, Mike, at the top really is just not. It just doesn't have the juice. So
offensively, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And this defense is already, well, you saw it today. Unfortunately, nothing really to talk about for that side of it. For the Vikings, is there really anything to talk about either, Mike?
Nope. As soon as Max Brosmer, who gives a fuck?
I'm not doing it. Nope. There's no chance I'd do it. I'm not giving the kid a hologram under any circumstance. It just can't happen.
Here would be one of the craziest things for the Giants if they do get the number 1 pick. Watch for your Ohio State boy, Arvell Reese, to be the pick.
Yeah. Reese is, I think, already locked in top 3, but I think that's a good call. Yeah. I think there's also a chance they maybe trade back a pick or two, right? Like the Raiders or the Browns are trying to come up for one.
More than likely it's a trade, but, could you live in a world where you got Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Big Sexy Dexy, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Arvell Reese?
100%. I'm just very glad that my team is not in the NFC East because that is a problem. That part is a problem.
Fuck me. That's disgusting.
All right. Speaking of disgusting, we got one last disgusting game to get through. Let's talk Texans and Raiders, buddy. Let's talk Vegas and let's talk Houston.
I mean, Houston squeezes out the win, but what the fuck, man?
Ekes it. Mike, there was. I really would have loved. I would have loved to have seen nothing more than the Raiders really cause fucking pandemonium in this draft order. You imagine if they win that game on the road? Oh my god.
Yes.
But I will say, at least we got to at least discuss. It's been a very quiet, almost completely non-existent Ashton Genty. So he has a day, man. He goes 24 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown. Not to mention the one catch for 60 on goes for a touchdown there. I want to say it's going to be his best. He had one other really good day, but I think this is going to be his best fantasy day of his career, no?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty damn close. Right? 2 touchdowns, 100 and almost 90 yards. You'll take it.
Yeah, and you go, listen, 2 scores for this offense basically is almost not capable. They're not capable of 2 scores by themselves typically, right? Let alone he's going to get 2.
They're usually not capable of 2 scores at a 3-week period.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Because
one game.
Their first string units normally only play in 3 quarters at best, too. So they're getting absolutely ramshacked. Let me ask you this: long term, what's the Genty? What's your thoughts on Genty moving into next season?
I think you've seen some warts to his game. I don't think he's as bulletproof as everyone really thought. And, I tried to do my best to point that out during rookie season. But, at the end of the day, they took him really high. Hit rates don't really lie as far as warp goes. So you're also seeing it. I think there are much better days ahead. I'm going to be very curious on what his market does this offseason because it's going to go down as a pretty disappointing rookie season altogether, especially from what the expectations were. There was talks like, redraft people were taking him in the first round for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That was one of my big blunders this year.
Okay. We thought some people thought there was going to be a Saquon Barkley level rookie season out the rip.
Some people. I would say, Mike, to me though is just this type of draft capital. And I think the biggest thing, I thought the Raiders would be more like what the Lions are, like fucking around near the playoffs, but not really ever going to make it, right? Somewhat competent. This team was not even close to competent. I think the offensive line definitely didn't do him any favors. No. We all know that, right? I think the hardest part about it is I want to go back. I'm going to probably go back and watch with the Sunday ticket. I'm going to go watch a lot of the film and see if I can get some all 22 different angles. I want to see. It's hard to know because he made some guys miss and made some really good plays. But it's also like, did he not do enough with the minimal opportunities he had, or is he just completely getting fucked up every time? Because it felt like he's just not getting any type of run. I think there's probably a middle ground here where he needed to do better. I also think with a running back that's like him, a volume guy, they do better in rhythm when they're getting in space, and it's sometimes a little more difficult when you don't. As you see with like Saquon this year. So I'll say I think much better days are definitely ahead. It feels like his market is just a fucking frozen rope. Like nobody wants to actually move or flinch. We're all just like, no one's doing anything. When you got to do something.
If he's closer to 5 than he is to 3, let's just say that in this offseason, I will gladly buy in on Ashton Genty because he deserves to be probably about 3. Is where he needs to be.
Yeah, right now he's at 5. I think, Mike, as soon as point scoring season's over, he's clearly ahead of Taylor. I think he's right in the conversation with HN, Bijan, Gibbs. I think that's probably appropriate. So I think it's one of those situations where if you drafted him in the 101, 102, whatever it would have been, you didn't get what you wanted. But I do think, Mike, when you look back, given the situation and the raw counting stats, he's going to end up being a running back 1 again. So it's like, damn, it really wasn't what you wanted. He definitely didn't help teams win, I don't think, this year. But moving into next year, if they can have some sort of upgrade at all at the offensive line, which shouldn't be that hard, low bar, should be better days ahead, to your point. And then Brock Bowers, what are your thoughts here? And we'll go ahead to the Texans.
It's like they remembered that Brock Bowers is decent at football, and maybe we should drop some plays for him. Well,
it's almost like, Mike, here's what I want to say, Mike. I don't think the Falcons were maybe quite this bad, but this is the Falcons playbook here. Like let's go crazy early tight end. Let's go crazy early running back. And when we have no team assembled, right? We'll figure that out later. I do think these
does that mean that they're going crazy early wide receiver in this draft just to complete the trifecta?
Listen, Carnell Tate, Tyson. I mean, let's talk this way up, right? 3, 4. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen, and then
maybe
in 2 years we'll figure out quarterback.
if Pete keeps this job, Geno could be the guy again. This guy fucking loves this kid. I mean, it's disgusting. It makes me want to throw up. Brock Bowers 533 and touchdown. He got in the end zone really to save the day, but they're actually kind of in a game which doesn't really compute or make sense.
It
Texans, to finish this up, what were your thoughts here on the other side?
C.J. Stroud regressed. The offense
very
regressed.
Flaccid. Jawar Jordan got the work, but he is who we thought he was, you know?
Not efficient and slow.
Yep. So
and they have this problem. They went right back to, you know, hey, we were getting Jaden Higgins and Nico Collins heavily involved in the offense when this was firing, and they went right back to, you know what we need? Christian Kirk and Dalton Schultz, and you know, we need to target Cade Stover 3 times for no good fucking reason.
Yeah, I will say this though: you typically get whatever you want versus the Raiders' defense this year. Like, I shouldn't even say typically, you do.
Unless you're the Texans.
Yeah, but that's what's crazy. Like, they've been playing well, and Nico got 9 targets, but it's just hard to believe. I didn't watch as much of this game, to be honest with you. I'll have to go back and check some of it. Like, it's hard to believe you don't get the ball to Nico just any type of situation, trying to move the chains. Like, it's kind of bizarre to me that you struggle 187 yards through the air against the Raiders defense, Mike, because truth be told, right, like C.J. Stroud hurt some teams as probably did Nico.
If I told you that the Houston Texans offense struggled against the Raiders defense, it wasn't, I mean, they got the win, but they struggled against them, especially to move the football. And you'd be like, wow, I bet Max Crosby really blew that game up and had like 2, maybe 3 sacks. You know how many sacks the Raiders had as a team versus this subpar offensive line? 0.
Yeah, I was gonna guess a goose, but I'm like, wait a minute, tell me this isn't. There's just no way.
They only had 4 quarterback hits total on.
Yeah, I was gonna say there probably wasn't even pressure, so that's 4 quarterback hits. How do you have a rough day with no? That's Yeah, I might have to. As much as it pains me, go back and check some of this. Listen, this is. So you're telling me there's a chance. I will say this is what you call the 1% of 1%. It's like taking Genty in the first round of redraft. You either smashed every other pick so ridiculously, or your league just fell on its fucking face, because this isn't supposed to happen. This isn't supposed to happen, but here we are. So congrats to you. Congrats to everybody at the moment, because right now, knock on wood, we got a chance, Mike. We got a chance to be New England this week. All right, the old New England. Now, we got a shot. We're on the precipice.
I need to pull this up. I didn't check. I haven't checked until now.
Here it is. The moment of anxiety truth. Let's see.
Yeah. Here we go. All right.
Let's go, big bonies.
Rusty tromboners. I was worried about playing Eric this week.
Dude, I haven't looked at it in a while. Give me the update.
All right. Well, you, of course, absolutely fucking smashed your opponent on the other side.
I made him give me every bit of that rusty trombone.
It's 308 to 150, let's call it. You're killing him.
I will say, though, you got to give the gambler some credit, man. He got a hell of a season. Nothing to hang your hat on, you know?
Currently, I'm up on Eric by 14 points. He has Phillip Rivers, Juwan Jennings left.
Okay.
And
you're cooked. You're done.
No one. Absolutely no one.
All right, so you're hanging on by a thread. Now here's the thing, right? You got to think best ball points on this. So Phillip Rivers has to go north of 8.1.
Yep.
To get into the point column where you're up 14, 13, let's call it. Juwan Jennings also has to go north of 8.1 to get into the mix here. So you're going to need probably a 15-point performance out of one of them to take you out, you know?
Yep.
So this is going to be a nail biter, though. You guys had a disagreement. Phillip Rivers. I mean, this is about as good as it gets. This is about put your money where your fucking mouth is, buddy. I love this.
Rivers.
Comes down to the old man. Absolutely.
And it all comes down to Monday night, too. Nothing happens tonight that matters. We have to watch the Monday night game. Yay, Colts, 49ers. Just like we all planned.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that you love to see.
For the right to play Adam in the championship.
For the right to see who will do the final rusty trombone. And at least, though, the person that does the rusty trombone gets a little coin for that, right? And you get a little – that's the big thing about winning this week. Yeah? You get into the championship game, And unless you are playing in Canada or Russia or one of these communist fucking places, you get payouts, okay, even for seconds.
You do.
And you should, okay? Aside from that, that's the Sunday recap. Mike will be leading the charge next week. I will be I will tell you, Mike, this pained me. We had a flight reschedule, canceled, I'm going to be on a plane that has no Wi-Fi for 3 hours on Sunday, Championship Sunday. I mean, buddy, I'm telling you, it's up there with some of the worst things you could do to me. Like actually, like human torture type things, right? Like I would argue, if you give me waterboarding or that, I might take the boarding, buddy, honestly.
I'd definitely take some waterboarding, I think.
Anyway, there's the truth of the matter. Hopefully I get into all these
if she just sat like right here and waterboarded me, I'd be all right.
Yeah, you couldn't break me either. I'd be happy. I'd take it easy.
Waterboard me like I'm the Taliban.
Well, best of luck to all your teams unless you were playing myself or you were playing Mike. We will see you back here, same time, same place. Sir. I will not be here next week for the Sunday Championship. Mike will be here, as will another guest. We're out of here, shitheads. Peace.
Peace.